Well, I made a decision 7 years ago that I wanted to make WIDOWS. It was a TV show that I had seen when I was 13 years old, written by Linda LaPlante. And it was just, I remember seeing it when I was 13. I remember what it meant to me seeing those four women achieve something which people never thought they could. And it had a parallel to my own experience. I mean, a 13-year-old boy, black guy growing up in London, and I had the sort of similar sort of expectations put on me by others, as these women had, that they wouldn't be able to achieve, or even being thought of achieving what they eventually did. And it had a big sort of impact on me, seeing that on screen and having that sort of relationship with them, and living in some ways a parallel life to these fictional characters on screen. So it had a real deep sort of impact on me then, and I knew at that point, for a long time, that I wanted to make that into my next feature film after 12 years. As soon as I saw Gone Girl and I saw that clip where the sister of Ben Affleck sort of puts two glasses on the bar table after he says he wants a drink, I thought, okay, that's the person I want to work with. It was just one of those sort of moments where I thought, okay, she is something I really would love to sort of collaborate with on WIDOWS. And it was great. I mean, we met and we got on like house on fire. And it was one of those processes where we spoke a lot on the phone, in person, toing and throwing, via email and so forth, and just sort of, it was just a wonderful sort of experience. It's like two people riffing on guitars, writing a song. It's one of those things where I imagine it's just one. It's special because if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But if it works very, very well, and it did with Glenn, which is amazing. Veronica, played by Viola Davis, is just this woman who is very determined to sort of accomplish this heist. And she brings together two of the other women who men perished in the attempted heist. And she is the galvanizing force, she is the leader. She's the one who pushes these women across the line to get this job done. We have Belle, Cynthia Erivo, who is just astonishing, just a powerhouse. She has presence. One of those kind of actresses or actors who is interested in just eating cornflakes. You can watch them. And then there's Alice, played by Elizabeth Debicki, who is just a real kind of, she goes on this amazing journey in the picture from who she was to sort of a situation where she grows, and to where she gets to the end of the picture, we see a different person. Her experience of this journey has really transformed her. And then we have Linda, played by Michelle Rodriguez, who is, I say, she's a mother of two, and she's a real sort of a lioness in a way, but again damaged. So there's a lot of sort of things going through her head psychologically, but at the same time she has to sort of move forward with this particular sort of project, this mission of sort of regaining, this money. You get a lot of pictures with women characters in them, and I often, when I'm watching a picture like that, I never see the person. I always see the sex, the female. I never see the person. Not to say that they're separated, but one is always put more. It's always put more weight, I feel, on someone's sexuality, rather than who they actually are as a human being, as a person. And that's what I'm very proud of at this picture, that we're looking at these people, these four women, as human beings, as well as women. Often with grief, there's a situation of numbness, and to do anything, an activity, some sort of task is somehow beneficial, just to numb the pain. And I think there's a bit of that which is happening with those women once they're sort of accepted that they want to sort of participate in this heist, in this sort of robbery. And during that sort of venture, obviously things, the leaks show, things come out within their psyche in the process of doing, this task. There's a real sort of linear of this sort of how can I say, family dynasties within politics in Chicago. And all we were doing was illustrating that with the Mulligans. We're working with, of course, Robert Duvall and Colin Farrell, which were just amazing pairing because they really got it. I mean, you know, I spoke to Colin very much about his background and his, you know, father-son relationship, and of course, with Robert being sort of 86 years old and sort of in some ways giving the baton to younger sort of actors. Jamal, played by Brian Tyree Henry, and you know, Jatem, played by Daniel Kaluuya. These are two individuals who are trying to break into the legitimate world, and they're coming from, they're coming from an environment where they have been given. So the environment they've been allowed to sort of, how can I say, allowed to sort of work in, which is, you know, dealing drugs. I mean, it's one of those things where it's a choice, of course, but at the same time, it's how do you better yourself? And I think for them now, the next level is to get into a legitimate environment. As you know, Jamal says, I am 37 years old. I don't want to be sort of, you know, people running after me with guns, or rather have people running after me with cameras and microphones. So it's how one and somehow gets themselves out of some sort of environment into a legitimate environment, and it's very the American dream. If it's not the Kennedys, it's one of this or the other. Yeah. I love working with actors. So from going from you know Cynthia Erivo to Robert Duvall. I mean, you know, you're going from working with someone who's like 29 years old to someone who's 86 years old. And working with those individuals as individuals is something which I very much love doing. And having that personal contact, having that sort of motivating or encouraging sort of aspect to our relationship I adore it. I mean, I love actors. And when people could give you more than what they think they can actually give you, when they go beyond, or when they go into a situation where they become a sphere, they become this ball, and whatever they do is right, whatever they do is accurate. That's what you want. But of course, each individual actor has to be dealt with differently. But that's the aspect of things that you dream of. Viola Davis is one of the greatest actors of our time. Just a fact. It's not an if, it's not a but, and it's not a maybe. Again, I've compared a friend of mine to this chap before, but she has the breadth and the weight of a Brando. Just the response. She has a responsibility, but she has the shoulders to carry it, and that's how great she is. But at the same time, she is the thing that doesn't get shown a lot. The vulnerability that she has is again, and the strength to show that vulnerability, and the nakedness, and the vulnerability is incredible. She's an iceberg. You know, meaning that you sometimes you have no idea how deep she could go. She's huge. I think we're after the truth. I think I don't go into a location with a stencil saying, okay, I want to do it like this, or I want to do it like that. I don't have that. The environment has to tell me what it wants, and therefore I have to adapt to the environment. So it's never a situation where I have an idea of, oh, I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to shoot like this. Because again, I think what happens, locations give you so much wealth that you sort of have to sort of wrangle it in a way to sort of get it into the narrative of the picture, which is very helpful in a way. Sometimes those limitations are actually freedom in a way. Having you in the van with the participants who are carrying off this heist was very much a sort of a strategic plan, or just grab the viewer into it. Adrenaline rush. It's a heist movie, it's a thriller, it's a drama, and bringing the audience with us. It has to be exciting, otherwise there's no point of leaving your home to go see a picture. They really wanted to have it almost like a wild rapid, where you're moving as fast as you can. And as you go down this rapid, you are sort of seeing things on either side of the river, either side of the bank, which you pick up along the way. Maybe that's the environment, maybe it's the politics you're in. But the rapid is our story. You know, we never give up that sort of that excitement and that thrill of, you know, what these participants, what these characters have to sort of get themselves through. Because basically you are, the audience member, is one of those widows. And you are doing things and seeing things you have never seen before. And it's a roller coaster ride. And at the end of it, of course, there is this confrontation which they have to sort of deal with. And I think that's what I want. I wanted to make a picture which was exciting, which was engaging, which was about our times, very important, but at the same time had this sort of tale of achieving things above the odds, which was very, very important to me.
Hi there, so did you like the video? Well, stay with me as I have a bonus, if somewhat controversial, behind-the-scenes movie fact for you. D.W. Griffith, a pioneering Hollywood film director, is credited with using the first close-up, the long shot, the fade-out and other film techniques in his 1915 groundbreaking and highly racist film, The Birth of a Nation, aka The Klansman, a film that portrayed the Ku Klux Klan in a positive way. What's your favorite all-time movie? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. See you next time!